From the studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 10, powered by Safari.
Years later, the conviction of Indian Mujahideen terrorists in the Batla House case has vindicated the Delhi police stand. Tonight, the bleeding hearts and those who shed tears for the terrorists by calling it a fake encounter have gone completely silent. They don't want to talk about these issues. They thought they could set the narrative. They failed, and they've gone completely silent now. Here is why they should apologize, and then we debate.
September 13th, 2008, 5 synchronized blasts killed at least 25 people in the national capital. A week later, on September 19th, 2008, Delhi police stormed a house in Batla House locality, a hideout of Indian Mujahideen. 2 terrorists were killed in the gun battle, and Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma of Delhi Police's special cell was martyred. 13 years after the encounter, Indian Mujahideen terrorist Aris Khan was convicted for murdering the police officer. And the focus is back on those who tried to politicize and polarize the encounter by calling it fake.
There was a conscious, deliberate and consistent attempt to cast serious doubt over the authenticity of this Batla House incident, designed to weaken the morale of the Delhi police and give clear support to terrorists and their design. Why? For pure vote bank politics.
So was there a deliberate attempt to weaken the morale of the police who fought terrorism with statements like this?
Complicated mesh of cases in which these boys are involved, and if the police can bring them to justice quickly, and that there can be a closure on these trials, so that we know exactly how accountable they have been made, it would be a good thing. It'd be a closing of a bad chapter.
कि अगर दिल्ली पुलिस का एक बहादुर इंस्पेक्टर मोहन चंद शर्मा मारा जाए, जिसको अशोक चक्र मनमोहन सिंह और सोनिया जी की सरकार ने दिया, उनके नेता पूरी दिल्ली पुलिस के खिलाफ हाथ धोकर पड़ गए, इससे बड़े शर्म की बात कोई हो सकती है?
Did politics of appeasement weaken the fight against terrorism?
आज 13 साल के बाद चूंकि 5 चुनाव हैं, इसलिए आपको ये बटला हाउस एनकाउंटर याद आ रहा है। चुनाव लड़िए, आपने क्या काम किया है, आपने क्या विकास किए हैं, और आप कांग्रेस को कहते हैं कि ये आतंकवाद के साथ खड़ी रही है। साध्वी प्रियंका को तो आपने पार्लियामेंट का मेंबर बना रखा है।
With the police stand vindicated, will the sympathizers now apologize? Let's debate.
Union Minister for Law, Justice, Communications, Electronics and IT, Ravi Shankar Prasad, with me tonight. He had a press conference in his capacity as senior BJP leader today. Timing of the press conference being questioned by some. Ravi Shankar Prasad, they're saying, okay, why is the BJP pushing the point so hard? Is it aimed at the state elections? Why is Ravi Shankar Prasad slamming Mamta Banerjee for casting suspicions on the Delhi police in the Batla case? The question is on timing. That's the first question. So I want you to address that before we move on.
Arnab, I'm happy you have asked me this question. This trial was pending for 13 years. In the most diabolical terrorist attack in the heart of capital of India, Delhi, India Gate, Connaught Place, Greater Kailash, all were under attack. 39 people died. 100 were critically injured. Thereafter, Batla House instance, they had gone in plain cloth to nab some of the Indian Mujahideen activists, and there Mohan Chand Sharma was killed. What happens thereafter? A chorus campaign is started. It is a fake encounter. And Digvijay Singh went to Azamgarh and said, Goli sar mein lagi hai, ye fake encounter hai. Mr. Salman Khurshid started saying ki Madam Sonia Gandhi started crying. Mamta ji goes there in October and publicly announces it is a fake encounter. If I am proved wrong, I will take sannyas from politics. Today, after 13 years, a regular court, after examining 100 evidences, including clinical, digital, medical evidence, has come to the conclusion it is a terrorist act. And the entire attack on Mohan Chand Sharma is proved beyond doubt. Why should not I raise this question today? When the entire morale of the police force was going to be completely compromised. I know it or no, you have been raising this issue. Delhi police people used to indirectly approach us, please save us. We are being painted as a villain. And the same government was giving Ashok Chakra to a brave Mohan Chand Sharma. Therefore, we kept quiet. Today, when the judgment came, we have raised this question. And we shall continue to raise this question. It is not election-centric. Was it not was the same attitude not adopted in case of Afzal Guru?
It's not only
case of Menon?
Not only the politicians. It's not only the politicians. There was an attempt at covering fire to terrorists in the heart of the national capital. Let's talk about that, Ravi Shankar Prasad. And those who were giving covering fire were these so-called, quote-unquote, many journalists of the Lutyens media and the so-called intellectuals. That was what was happening at that point of time. So Batla House became a metaphor for appeasement politics in India, Mr. Prasad. We must talk about that straight and point the finger back now.
I totally agree with you. I have raised that issue for those political leaders who were so blatant. But yes, the journalists who were raising questions, there were editorials, there were debate, all need some explanation today. Therefore, Arno, again I am repeating, 100 oral evidence, medical evidence, digital evidence, forensic evidence, including the cloth of Mohan Sharma having the mark of the bullet entry, the voice samples, a foolproof case, and the judge came to the conclusion the case has been proved beyond the shadow of doubt. It is a terrorist attack which we are designed to create mayhem in the entire country and in Delhi. Therefore, Arno, it is beyond election, and let me elevate it to more higher level. You have campaigned for this in a very stronger manner. What happened in case of Uri? They were seeking evidence about Uri. What happened in case of Balakot? They were seeking evidence about Balakot from armed forces. And today I want to raise this issue on your channel. A brave Muslim second lieutenant undergoing training in NDA Khadagwasla had gone to attend the marriage of his cousin brother. He was snatched away from the Bharat and killed by terrorists. Does any one of these gentlemen raise a finger of protest? That Aurangzeb, a brave Kashmir police jawan who was killed by the terrorist, his father said, मेरे दो और जवान बेटे हैं, उनको भी आर्मी में भेजूंगा. Did they raise any voice? So today is the occasion to expose this double standard hypocrisy and the worst form of appeasement politics only and only for vote at the cost of national security. Why not? And that's what I raised today in the press conference.
Why don't you, last question, Mr. Prasad, why don't you make it difficult for these people to openly try and create a pro-terrorism narrative? You know, it's not just people like Gautam Naulaka who spoke about Mannan Wani, praised him in the Aligarh Muslim University. No. Why don't you make it difficult overall for people who under the guise of so-called journalism only and only build a narrative to come out in open support, to rally support for terrorists? This does not happen in any other country, but in our country, that is rationalized within the as something that they are entitled to under 19(1)(a) of the Constitution. It is not. Why don't you make it difficult, impossible for people to do this? There is no fear.
Or no, I can only say India is a free country. But if someone talks of 19(1) of the fundamental right, freedom of speech, there is also 19(2). Freedom of speech is not absolute. It can be, action can be taken in pursuit of national security, public order, national sovereignty, safety, and a whole lot of things. You know it very well. But without taking the name of any of these gentlemen, is it not a fact that they are in jail and they tried so many times for bail and bail, but the evidence was so strong against them that they are also suffering the process of law. They could not get bail for a number of months. The point I'm only trying to highlight is, can we deny that India is under threat of terrorism? This Junaid, this Arif Khan, who was convicted today, is involved in killing of 165 people in Rajasthan, in Uttar Pradesh. Nearly 500 people were injured in one form or the other. And now today I have to ask one question more. He fled to Nepal. When was he arrested? In 2018, when we were in power. Because we gave complete freedom to Delhi police. Jao jahan se pakad ke lao, Bharat Sarkar pura sahयोग करेगी. And thereafter he was nabbed. He was not at all located or even identified in Nepal, but no attempt was made to bring him back in the previous dispensation. Will you play? And obviously, why should I blame? If their top leaders are questioning the entire Batla House as a fake narrative, how can the police be given the freedom? And therefore today I have asked a question or no, and I am repeating on your channel. Let there be a proper inquiry as to how this whole false narrative impacted the morale of Delhi police. And that should be shared with the country. How it dissuaded them from taking tough measures against terrorists and their patrons. These are questions of national security. They need to be debated. They need to be highlighted. And those who have sought to compromise must be exposed.
I agree with you, Mr. Prasad. Terror sympathy has become analogous with a genre of vote bank politics. I thank you very much, Ravi Shankar Prasad, shooting from the hip as always, pulling no punches. Thank you for joining me tonight. Always a pleasure, Mr. Prasad. Always a pleasure. So now let's go into the debate. Ravi Srivastav, Advocate Asghar Khan, Syed Asad Abbas, and Taslim Rahmani. I want to address the four of you first. And I want to tell you all today with folded hands, accept your mistake. You just have to accept your mistake and tell Madhukishwar, Firoz Bakht Ahmed, Sandeep Singh that we won't do this again, we won't support terrorists again, and then we can move on, right? Madhukishwar, I think that's necessary. That is the least Madhukishwar that we accept tonight.
No, but I think
if not a belief in the rule of law, at least a belief in the courts, in the adjudication of the courts. Madhukishwar, I said Madhukishwar first. Madhukishwar.
Or no,
just for the sake of vote bank.
or no, before before I answer the question you posed, I would like to congratulate you for the launch of Republic Bangla. It's a huge achievement against heavy odds.
Thank you.
So, gratitude to you for launching that TV, and I hope it will play a significant role in turning the politics of Bengal in a new direction. It's sorely needed. Thank you, Arnab. Now, coming to the question you posed, their apology. Arnab, look at their track record. They have consistently defended every terrorist. They have consistently defended every criminal, but they have never apologized. They're not going to apologize. No matter how shameful the facts are. Not only that, each one of them, and in this or not, there is no difference. There is no difference between the so-called liberal
Can you, Syed Abbas, not speak when she's making her introductory
Shabana
comments?
Azmi or Saba Naqvi,
Change.
and the so-called radical elements or the extremists within the Islamic community or in Congress. No matter who, he just has to be somebody who they can encash for vote bank politics and also now money. I'm quite convinced their politics is run from Islamabad. The scripts are written there and they've never felt ashamed. They've never ever apologized. Things like shame and apology are for ordinary mortals like you and me. And it's only in incredible India that the slaying of well-known terrorists or even putting them on trial is described as coming of fascism, the Indian state turning fascist, human rights abuses being committed on minority community, even when the minority community itself, or the Muslim community in this case, is held hostage by these jihadi elements within that community. They dare not speak for fear of death. Even then, they will term you, me, the Indian state, the police, the judiciary fascist if they are put to trial, if they are arrested, if they are even questioned. The track record is so consistent that it is truly appalling. Now, they talk about the timing of this expose, the timing of the judgment. The fact of the matter is, there's every reason for BJP to use it now in order to warn the people of Bengal what they're up to. Because Mamta comes all the way from Bengal to defend jihadis here. She's not satisfied by merely supporting, propping up and facilitating demographic invasion of jihadis in Bengal. She comes here all the way. And look at the chutzpah of the Aam Aadmi Party. On the one hand, they make this very smart token gesture of giving compensation money to Mr. Sharma, the police officer Sharma's family, but they also give compensation to the families of jihadis at the same time, and they call Batla House encounter fake. So if it was fake, why did they have to reward policeman Sharma's family? The doublespeak, the chutzpah, the shamelessness of them all. I don't think there's a chance in a million that they will feel at all apologetic.
Madam,
they're going to brazen it out. And if anything, they are going to level vicious charges against those of us who dare speak against jihad.
You have zero fact and 100% fiction. Also,
is this fiction that you defended Batla House,
it was
terrorists
Dr.
and
Manmohan
jihadis?
Singh's government
Is it
which
fiction?
gave the gallantry medal Ashok Chakra to Mohan Chand Sharma. And it was not the India government, it was not the Bharatiya Janata Party government.
But all of
no,
you
the Congress does
and
not stand
Congress
with the
leaders
terrorists.
did call
We do not stand with the
Batla
terrorists.
House and
We
counter
condemn
fake.
the terrorists,
Sonia
and
Gandhi
terrorists should
cried
be hanged to death. So no,
at the killing of some terrorists. She didn't cry at the slaughter of 39 people that the very same people had killed. She never has cried for the victims of jihad. But she cried because some people were gunned down in this encounter at Batla House.
Second fact, the fact that Ravi Shankar Prasad...
A question. Okay, Madhu, that's a very long intervention.
Second fact,
Syed, listen. I would like everyone to come in. I'm bringing them in. I'm bringing them in. Advocate Askar will debate with Sanju Verma. See, please hear me. What you tried to do, you as in all you people like Ravi Srivastav, people like Advocate Askar, what you tried to do was a hoax. H-O-A-X, hoax. You tried to say that the brave Delhi Police Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma carried out a fake encounter That was a hoax. You know what you people are? Ravi Srivastav? You are hoax masters. Say it again. You are not left liberals. You are hoax masters.
Bhagwa gang was killing people.
And you are shameless hoax masters because when caught, you don't have the decency to say we all tried to carry out a hoax. No.
Delhi police ACP was
Ravi, I'm telling you, you carried out a hoax.
And when the massacre,
your hoax has been exposed.
What Delhi police you are talking?
Ariz Khan has been convicted for the Batla House incident under Section 27 of the Arms Act and IPC sections 302, 307, 353.
Who sent that?
There you have no room to blame any of our men in uniform anymore.
Your party center, the BJP center. Biggest terror accused Sadhvi Pragya was sent by the BJP to the parliament.
Sanju,
you are the protectors of the jihadis.
Oh my God!
You are the protector of jihadis. You only protect them.
May I please, Arnab, can you please ask him to keep quiet?
No, I'll not keep quiet. I have my turn. I'm going on.
Arnab.
I'm going on. I'm saying 13 years.
Okay, keep blabbering.
Down the line, what have you done?
Keep blabbering and showcasing your idiosyncrasies. Nobody's interested in your rant and your blabbering. Keep on yapping and blabbering non-stop. You make zero sense. Keep making a fool of yourself.
Let
me make an important intervention here. Arnab, either you ask this man to keep quiet or I don't want to speak because I cannot speak with this background music on.
You belong to a
Let him
party
continue
of
yapping.
worshippers. You belong to the
Let
party
him continue
of
blabbering because this is not a way to debate.
You are the Godse worshipper. Don't
this
talk
man
anything
keeps
more.
coming to debates only to heckle. He's nothing but a professional heckler. I don't know why you have him on debates.
What are you talking?
Value does he add to the debate?
You are the party of terrorists. You are a party
Let
of
this
terrorists.
nonsensical man keep blabbering. I will not make my
they target people.
Who is Sadhvi Pragya? Do you know?
They will come to kill you. There are enough Kashmiri Pandits like Tiklus, they are stood for jihadis, and jihadis never thought that these Hindus stood.
Apologize for the Gujarat.
Sanju Verma is on air right now. Sanju Verma is on air. 1 versus 1. Anand, thank you very much. Ravi, thank you very much. Pull back. Pull back. You've spoken enough. Be quiet now. Be quiet now. Be quiet now. Don't you dare build a false equivalence with RSS. Don't you dare build a false equivalence with RSS, you radicalized man. Where is the RSS linked to terrorism? You hoax master. You hoax master.
Who apologized?
You hoax
Oh my
master.
God, this man is absolutely...
Name one incident where an RSS member is convicted for terrorism. Name one incident where an RSS member is convicted for terrorism. Name one incident. Name one incident. Name one incident, Mr. Hoaxmaster.
You are the terrorist protectors.
Stop shouting like that.
Godse worshippers.
How is it that the same people who do not speak about Islamic radicalization also don't speak about how you mentioned Sadhvi Pragya in April 2017 at a press conference after being released on bail? What did she say? All the men tortured me, never before or after independence. Has a woman been tortured like I have? You want to talk about how she was tortured?
You don't have any evidence.
You want to talk about that?
You don't have
a woman was tortured, almost killed. And 1 minute, now you listen to me. Now you listen to me. Now you listen, Ravi, don't be scared. Don't be a scaredy poo. Don't be a scaredy poo. Listen to me. How is it that the same people who do not demand action against the Jamaatul Mujahideen Bangladesh are willing to blame an undercover army officer like the brave and great Colonel Purohit in the Malegaon case, where the trial in the case is still going on in a Mumbai Sessions Court? Tell me. You know the problem you have. The problem you have is with anyone and everyone. I will have to say this now. Now, Ravi, you be quiet. Now you be quiet. People want to listen to me. People want to listen to me. People want to listen to me, not you now. You've said everything. I'll tell you, viewers, be quiet. You know, in this country, there are a group of people, Sanju, and let me complete this. I hand over to you. I want to speak to the viewers tonight. There are a group of people whose only job is to find out who are the nationalists, who are the people who take on the terrorists, who are the people who take on anti-national forces, who are the people who have the conviction to expose all those who stand against the philosophy of nation first. And Mohan Chand Sharma has been one of them. Mohan Chand Sharma led from the front, right? And he played a key role in arresting 4 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists in February 2007. He was involved in the encounter of a most wanted terrorist called Abu Hamza. And therefore, he's a live and present danger for the terrorists and their supporters. So they target him. And the anti-nationals, the people who stand against India, come together along with some useless Latvian journalists, some sold out columnists, and they try to create a narrative against Sharma and for the terrorists. And today they say we don't even believe in the rule of law. And today Sanju Verma, a person like this, the PFI's Taslim Ahmad Rahmani, these people dare to talk about it. They don't believe in the rule of law, Sanju. It's your turn now.
Exactly. Oh my God, let me come in, please.
What are you blabbering? I can't hear properly.
It's my turn to speak.
Then change. Yeah. Independently, thank you. Sanju.
Value for you people. And you will encash.
Okay. Arnab, first of all, let me congratulate you for the outstanding launch of Republic Bangla. Secondly, I think that interview with Ravi Shankar Prasad, made it very clear, as they say in Hindi, doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani. I think that interview was very sharp and incisive. Now, coming to the more important point, I'm not particularly surprised by the fact that today a large part of the grand old party, a large part of the so-called grand old party, the Indian National Congress, many of its members are rattled because right from Salman Khurshid to Sonia Gandhi to Digvijay Singh, not one of them actually believed that the Batla House encounter was a genuine one. It is in public domain that they demoralized the Delhi police. Forget about thanking a martyr like Mohan Chand Sharma. The fact is that they went out of their way to actually be sympathizers for terror outfits like Indian Mujahideen. Have any of us forgotten, Arnab, that after that horrific Mumbai attack, 26/11 as we know it, I mean, the entire world, from the Congress camp, as it were, was out to nail the RSS, saying that the RSS is to be blamed. Had it not been for the brave Tukaram Omble, who nailed and ensured that Ajmal Kasab is caught alive, I'm sure that the Congress would have been successful in peddling a false narrative. And what was the clown prince, aka Bhagoda Jivi, aka compulsive contrarian, aka compulsive liar, Rahul Gandhi doing? Barely 48 hours after the horrific Mumbai attack, he was partying at Chhatarpur Farms. He was attending the pre-wedding festivities of his father's best friend Satish Sharma's son. So I don't think that the Congress has any moral high ground to lecture anybody in this country on patriotism or national security. The more important point is, as Ravi Shankar Prasad pointed out, in 2018, Aris Khan was captured from Banbasa near Uttarakhand at the Indo-Nepal border. He has been accused directly for the deaths of 26 people and 133 grievously injured, including the death of Mohan Chand Sharma. I want to now ask, this is the same cabal, be it Mushirul Hassan, the then Vice Chancellor of Jamia Millia University, be it the likes of Dushyant Dave, be it the likes of Prashant Bhushan, be it Shabnam Hashmi of the so-called NGO Unheard. All these people said Batla House encounter was fake. What do you have to say today? Will Mamata Banerjee apologize? She had demanded a judicial inquiry saying Batla House encounter, if it is proved genuine, I will quit politics. So, Didi, Mamata Didi, are you willing to quit politics? Because in any case, you will be ousted from Bengal come 2nd May 2021. So, are you going to quit politics now that
Sanju ji,
The
let me tell you
additional
that I
sessions
will
judge
agree
Sandeep Yadav has clearly
verbatim.
said that there was
I will agree verbatim
undeniable
to every
proof
single point
in
you
the
make.
involvement of Aris
and
Khan
I'll
and
make you
Indian
quick
Mujahideen
politics
in what
by
happened
asking
to
you
Mohan
one
Chand
question,
Sharma and those 26
which will
people
clean-bowl
who
you.
lost their lives.
Let me clean-bowl you and tell you, it was not the BJP. It was
I am
not
not
the
here
NDA,
to be
it was
clean-bowled
Dr.
by you.
Manmohan.
I am
And
not
you will
answerable to
need
you. I am not accountable to any radicalized mind or radicalized Islamists. Who are you? Who are you? You come here on national television, but at the end of the day, you are radicalized in your thought processes. How
dare you?
What do you have to say now? Will you agree that Mohan Chand Sharma was a martyr? Will you agree that Sonia Gandhi, Digvijay Singh,
You are a
Salman
mirror of your
Khurshid,
party,
they need
madam.
to
You are a
apologize?
mirror of your
Will
party.
you agree that
How
Mamata
dare you
Banerjee,
today
who demanded a
call me a
judicial
radicalized
inquiry,
Islamist?
saying
Do you know what
Matla
is
House
Islam?
encounter is fake, she
Islam,
needs to
Hindu.
apologize and quit politics? Because
Jesus,
that's
we are
what
all-
she declared with great bombast.
Please. Not like
Will
BJP
Arvind
party,
Kejriwal
which
quit politics? This is the
also,
same
let me tell
Arvind
you, it was
Kejriwal
the Indian
who
National
stayed
Congress
at Khalistan
which gave
Liberation
Ashok Chakra.
Commanders home
It was
in
not your
2017.
BJP
Prior to the
is
Punjab
only a
elections,
Jumla party.
a man called Bhurinder
Bharatiya
Singh.
Jumla
And
party.
these are the
It
people
was
who
the
demoralized
Indian
the
National
forces,
Congress
demoralized
under
the Delhi
Prime
police. You guys
Ministership
even demoralized
Dr.
the Delhi
Manmohan
police
Singh, who
after
gave
the mayhem
Do you believe
Ashok
in the-
Chakra.
Do you believe in the courts?
You said, oh,
Do you believe in the courts? Syed Abbas, do you believe in the courts? The courts have said, the judge has said that the evidence adduced on record by the prosecution leaves no matter of doubt that the prosecution has proved the case beyond all reasonable doubt that the accused is liable to be convicted. And what I'm saying today is that there was an industry out there. They're running away today, and I want you to see all the Lutyens channels, and I want you to see which of the Lutyens channels is today carrying a top band which says, "We lied to you." I want to know which Lutyens channel, which has a four-letter name, a Lutyens channel with a four-letter name, Madhu Kishwar. Are they, is any Lutyens channel with a four-letter name saying to the people of India, "We lied to you"? I am only asking a question. No, why should I not ask them? That's why nobody believes these
Lutyens channels.
channels.
With a four-letter name.
No, people try to malign, blame, villainize.
Trapped and caught in so many scams.
These were your averments.
Hawala deals, scams.
Madhu.
And therefore,
Madhu and
they
Asghar.
have no choice but to peddle fake narratives. Arnab, I think the main question that we need to be posing today, why are outfits like PFI, Maoist, Jamaat-e-Islami not banned in India? Why are they still allowed to exist? Why are they allowed to fight elections? Why are they not banned? Even Bangladesh has banned these rabid Islamists. Why are we not banning their organizations? Why are we not declaring them? Why is the government not declaring them unlawful? That's the real question, or not. No point trying to shame the shameless. They're not going to be shamed, or not.
You are always trying to spread the hatred among the
पेड स्क्रिप्ट है, इस्लामाबाद से आ रहा है इनका स्क्रिप्ट बेचारों का. क्या बोलेंगे सच? वो you can see रट्टू तोते की तरह they are mouthing the same cliché.
जहाँ से भी आए स्क्रिप्ट, जहाँ से भी आए स्क्रिप्ट, I think I want, no, Salman Khurshid should come on television now.
To say the same reply.
Salman Khurshid should come on television now.
Reply of your
In 2012, Salman Khurshid said, when we showed photographs of that incident to Sonia Gandhi, she wept and wept and wept and wept and wept bitterly. She just could not stop crying. She kept crying, I think, for the terrorists.
Also
you are sitting
So you are, no, 1 minute. Today I want them to acknowledge what they said.
Salman Khurshid, as well as
Did they not say that?
We were at the spot. We are the witness. Salman Khurshid
you thought you would use this for what? Firoz is on the debate. Firoz is on the debate. Firoz Bakht Ahmad is on the debate.
Try to spread the hatred among the Indian peoples.
Yes, Arnab. Give me a word in the sideline.
Don't try to spread the hatred, Arnab.
Let me begin, please. I request my friends.
These are the people.
I request my friends
BJP
not
people
to heckle me. and to give me a word in the sideline. Now listen to me.
They are bound to give the reply in the same manner. Otherwise, they will lose the chair.
In the beginning, Arnab said he folded his hands.
I know what you are going to say.
Arnab said,
you are bound to say. Otherwise, this is a question of your chair.
Against a terrorist. But the problem with you people is that all the Muslims, almost all the Muslims of India, they are nationalists, they are patriotic, they love India, they love this government, they love their Prime Minister Modi. However, the problem with people like you, people like Dr. Syed Abbas and others of your ilk, like, Taslim Rahmani, problem is, India is a very wonderful country, well-meaning country, but as Ravi Shankar Prasad had said in the beginning, that people like you, people like the Congress leaders, in fact, what they are doing, they are just playing the game of, dirty game of vote bank politics. They are trying to appease Muslims. They have given a begging bowl in the hands of Muslims. They have given the begging bowl of reservations in the hands of Muslims. But they have not served the Muslims. Let me tell you, Asghar Saab, please do not mislead the people on this channel. People will hoot at you. They will make mockery of you. Muslims of India, most of them are very... Now listen. Muslims of India are nationalists. They are well-meaning. They are patriotic. But there are some people who misguide Muslim youth. They tell them that if you are anti-India, if you are anti-BJP, and if you are killed.
Next question. Do you think, may I come in please? Next question. 1 minute please, 1 minute. 1 minute. Do you think, and here's my question next. Do you think, Sandeep, please come into the debate. I welcome into the debate the executive editor of the Republic Media Network, Ridham Anand Bhardwaj. 1 minute. I am fortunate to have had covered the Batla House encounter with her many years back.
Yes.
And we are vested in this. As I bring in Sandeep into the debate, to debate further on this very important subject with Ravi Srivastav, I would just like to make one small point tonight. And there is no point running away from this. The fact is, a group of people wanted to make Batla House into a political tool. They thought that by abusing, lumpenizing, villainizing Mohan Chand Sharma and supporting the terrorists, they would get the Muslim vote. The Muslim vote will never be there for anyone. First of all, there should be nothing like a Hindu vote or a Muslim vote. But the Muslim vote will never be guided by people who support terrorists. Muslims will never accept those political parties who want to glamorize terrorists. The Muslims of India reject the politics of the Congress of glamorizing terrorists and jihadis. I've made my point. Over to Ridham Anand Bhardwaj now, please. Stop glamorizing terrorists.
Before you come in,
stop glamorizing them.
Ravi, before you start speaking, I just want to go back to 2008. This is 12 years ago in September, and I remember covering this because as editor-in-chief, Arnab was leading us when we were. Ravi, just hear us out here. I remember the 5-seater blast that took place in the capital at that time, and we were running around at that time, and then we heard about this encounter when Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma had killed the Indian Mujahideen bomber, the terrorist who had been killed at that time. This is just after those 5-seater blasts had rocked the capital. We were people who were running around Connaught Place at that time when the serial blast had happened. We know how Delhi was looking in 2008. Immediately after that, at the Batla House place, this encounter takes place. When the encounter took place, at that time, our first thoughts were, Ravi, just hear me out, to what to do. We then after that immediately started hearing these human rights nationalist groups, these NGOs who came out, who started speaking and giving some sort of motivations to Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma. And I can't forget the words of our editor-in-chief who said, we are going to do nothing of this sort. There's a procession that's going to go on. We're going to cover it in the right manner. And then I spoke to his wife and all the doubts were cleared. We were the first people she spoke to with pain in her eyes, with extreme anguish at what her husband had been through, and he had died after being given lots of awards like Arnab was talking about. She said that my husband has always stood for this country. This was a true encounter, and like Arnab said, Digvijay Singh came forward and called this encounter
election
this encounter
is going to
fake.
be
Even
held
after
in
the
the
Home
state
Minister at that time said this encounter is truthful. We then heard Salman Khurshid come forward and continue to say Sonia Gandhi is weeping. So we know how this was played into the hands not only for appeasement but clearly to get vote bank politics.
Yeah, you are sitting at your
And
home.
I want to add something there, Asghar. Asghar, I want to thank something there. Asghar, if I may please take over.
Yes.
One more point I want to make. Rhythm, thank you. You brought back many memories. Rhythm, 1 minute. Rhythm has been my colleague and my friend for over a decade and a half. We've done journalism together. Today when she said this, and she has brought back many memories, Rhythm. Yes, I remember. I remember 2008. I remember the date, 19th of September 2008, Batla House encounter. I remember, Rhythm, and I must not be interrupted now, because that is the day when our battle against the Lutyens media began. There was the entire Lutyens media on one side, and there was our channel, which we had started, which we ran successfully for almost 10 years on the other, right? I don't know what that channel stands for now, but when we were there, we stood unswervingly for the right cause. And I remember this, that we were attacked too, Rhythm. Why don't you say the full thing? The entire Lutyens media and the establishment 2008, especially the Vadra Congress, made us their permanent enemies, because we took on Salman Khurshid, we took on Digvijay Singh, we took on the whole lot. And they abused us and they attacked us, they villainized us, they told us we would lose our jobs, they did everything possible. And when we did not move, we were proven right. You know when, Rhythm? We were proven right 2 months and 3 days later. In most unfortunate circumstances, 9 weeks after Batla House, 26/11 happened. They must remember, people like Syed Abbas, that's why I tell you, we know our journalism, we know our facts, we fought many governments, and we will fight many more. But 26/11, when it happened, Rhythm, these same people were looking for holes to hide in. Why don't you say the other part? We had told them that if you do not act against these radicalized forces, India will be subjected to greater attacks. Rhythm, am I right or wrong? They called the encounter fake and they called us liars. Why don't you say that?
They are killed, then they will go to the heaven directly. This is what they are misguided.
And Arnab, this was one channel they wanted to vilify. There was one journalist they were after. And I still remember, as people who were on the ground, our instructions from our editor-in-chief, that was you also at that time, were clear. Go out and just go and fight for Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma. There were other channels at that time. No one was covering the procession. It started with the Batla House encounter. We covered it in such a manner that we made him out to be a braveheart. And you came on air and you said Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma is a braveheart. Remember the government at that time in 2008, the powers at that time was a Congress government. They were absolutely against everything we stood for.
The Congress government hated us for doing it.
When 26/11 happened, of course you were on air for the longest time, for many days.
But was it
and yet, when we went forward and we stood for Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma, his wife came forward, thanked us, his family thanked us, because there was at least one person, one group of journalists who was standing for the right. So today, when a court comes forward and gives justice and says, yes, there's a person who's been convicted for his murder, this encounter was not fake, the larger picture is how a government, whether it was the Malegaon blast case where Hindu terror theory was suddenly started and espoused by Digvijay Singh, by Chidambaram and all the people who were at power at that time, or now when it's become another case where we saw the fake encounter theory in the Batla case, it comes down and boils down to the same people trying the same appeasement politics, but it doesn't work anymore in India when the courts of the country also stand up and say,
and today therefore,
it's not fake.
Arnab, let me agree with you on one point, which is of the Lutyens media.
They said the police killed people.
Let's condemn the Lutyens media and their deeds. But let's...
No, they said the police killed people. They ran down Mohan Chand Sharma. Sandeep, why don't you come in? Sandeep Singh.
You will go to heaven.
Sandeep Singh. No, they ran down the Lutyens media. Winner of 7 Gallantry Awards and 150 Police Awards was villainized by Kavita Krishnan. Why doesn't Kavita Krishnan say anything today?
See, Arnab, I have 2 points to make.
Where is Arundhati Roy and Kavita Krishnan today?
or a journalist.
Sandeep.
We need to make a new law. The new law should be anybody who stands for the terrorist or defends a terrorist should be treated as an accomplice of the terrorist. Whether it's a Sonia Gandhi or a Mamata Banerjee or a Ravi Srivastava. If they stand by terrorists, they should be treated as a terrorist. And the second point I have to make is that I wish not only Delhi police, but police all along the nation should refuse to give protection to such politicians and political parties. If police don't develop this kind of spine, they will be treated like gutters by these politicians. They won't respect them. So enough of journalist freedom, enough of political freedom. Anybody who stands for a terrorist is a terrorist and should be treated like that. And so these are 2 points I have to make, and that's it. Ravi Srivastava can go on barking the way he always does.
This is not a banana republic. This is a government which runs by the constitution.
Currently we are living in a banana republic. Ravi Srivastava.
Personal government. You cannot.
That is why you can get away by saying anything.
Laws are made by the parliament.
Today, if the law is made, people like you will know how to behave,
there is a constitution.
How to respect policemen, how to respect our defense people.
In this country, this is not a Bhagwa terrorism. You go and
you have no clue what you talk, Ravi Srivastava. You just stand for terrorists. You always speak for terrorists. For a normal human being, you are a terrorist.
You go and pick up a Bhagwa flag. You don't teach us anything.
Yes, Sanju. Bhagwa flag is our flag. It's a millennium-old flag. It represents Hindus.
You are
Arnav, please get me on screen. I want to give Ravi Srivastava a piece of my mind. He's been talking non-stop and talking absolute
Ravi on the right. Yeah.
lies. Okay, Ravi Srivastava, let me tell you, you keep harping about the RSS.
What are you talking?
You keep harping about the RSS. Let
Who are
me
you,
tell
Ravi
you,
Srivastava?
RSS is the biggest NGO in the world. RSS runs more than 40,000 Saraswati Shishu Mandirs, which are affiliated to the CBSE. RSS runs more than 17,000 Ekal Vidyalayas, which give free education to more than 30 lakh tribal children, of which 50% are young girls. So don't dare to compare an RSS with a radicalized outfit like PFI.
You people, now I have been quiet for a while.
The problem is with people like Shabnam.
No, I'll have to come in now. Ravi, 1 second, please. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. I want to come into the broader picture. Sanju, allow me. In the limited time we have, I want to go to the nub of the issue. By questioning the legitimacy of the encounter rhythm. No, 1 second. I want Firoz Bakht Ahmed to come back to the debate. 1 minute. By questioning the legitimacy of an encounter, we think these people don't work to a plan. We think these people don't work to a plan. No, they work to a plan. They have a plan. By questioning the legitimacy of an encounter, this Lutyens circuit, they were trying to embolden terrorists in the country. I accuse them, Madhu Kishwar, I accuse them of deliberately trying to embolden terrorism in the country.
That Lothian media,
by saying, if you carry out terrorism, we will protect you.
I accuse them of being on the
We will cover your falsehoods.
ISI. I accuse them of being paid hirelings of Islamabad. There's no doubt about their credentials. And China, they're playing the Chinese agenda, the Pakistani agenda. They have no loyalty to this country.
Young Muslim youth, right? They
very nice, bring in Afghanistan, bring in the Taliban. I think the fact of the matter here is, Arnab, I agree with him and Arnab on 2 points here. The fact of the matter, what the Lutyens media did is highly
you take innocent lives, and if you are killed in the process by police, you will go to heaven. Dear Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, you know, he will welcome you. There will be beauties who will welcome you. Now, this kind of jargon,
all these people turn the Butler House and
No, I'll tell you one thing. May I?
But I thank God that most of the Muslims understand this conspiracy to be against India. Most of the Muslim youth, they are pro-India. They love Indian government.
My point is,
they know that Indian government is a well-meaning government with sabka saath, सबका विकास and सबका विकास. This is what these
we are talking about radicalized Islamists.
Yes.
We are talking about people like Taslim Rahmani. We are talking about people like Siddiqui Kapan.
May I please just come in a point? Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute. 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute.
Adept at peddling false narratives.
In your pocket.
Peaceful. They love India.
Sanju,
they love
Sanju and Asghar. Sanju and Asghar, 1 minute.
We are talking
Sanju and
about
Asghar,
people
1
like
minute.
Shabnam
A
Hashmi.
point I want to make. I had the good fortune. May I please come in with a limited number of people on the screen? Thank you, Anand. My question is,
burned to death by 5 radicalized Islamists.
my limited point. My limited point. Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, a minute, please. My limited point I want to make here today, and I had the good fortune 20 years back, Rhythm and everyone, I had the good fortune of doing a fellowship at Cambridge, and my subject of my fellowship was the laws against terrorism. The book we published as a result in 2001 was on combating terrorism, the legal challenge. And what I understood at that point of time in 2001, Rhythm, we were all thinking about whether we have the laws against terrorism. But the problem I realize now, that was when POTA was about to come in. The problem was not whether we had laws. The problem is the implementation of the laws. Because the politicians, at that point of time, Sri Prakash Jaiswal was UP Congress chief, and he said, no, you can't act against Simi. You need proof to term it to be a terrorist organization. As a result, what happened, Rhythm? We delayed. What did Simi do? Simi used the delay and carried out the Mumbai serial blast in 2006. 187 people died. 187 people died. Simi carried out a string of blasts in Gujarat. 45 people died. 40. Will you bring them back to life? Will you bring back Mohan Chand Sharma to life?
It was a targeted killing.
Will you bring back Mohan Chand Sharma to life, Ravi Srivastava?
Let's be specific. Muslims have been butchered by Muslims.
Rhythm, take that point forward. It's the implementation of the laws which is the problem.
Muslims back tonight.
You stop downplaying terrorism.
Bring the 1,000 Muslims, innocent Muslims back tonight. Can you bring them back tonight? 1,000 innocent Muslims. Can you bring back tonight?
Can you bring them now being coming forward by the courts of the country? It was formed, and now the extended ban on Simi is there under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, but it's only come now that it's being forced to be banned only now, but the implementation has come much later. Similarly, Zakir Naik's foundation, IMF, also has now been considered to be banned, but these bans have come late after the damage has been done. But like you said, will the lives of Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma be brought back? Because the larger point you are making is absolutely correct. If these organizations had been banned on time, if these terrorist organizations had been seen, identified and been banned, this situation in India could not have arisen. It's only now that we are seeing that under the UAPA, these organizations have now been banned. But if this has happened 12 years ago, we couldn't have seen the serial blasts in the capital, in Jaipur and in other places. And also, like we are seeing, Arnab, if the government, just one last point, if the government at that time had, rather than going down a wild goose chase of trying to consider Inspector Mohan Chand Sharma, saying that he didn't wear a bulletproof vest and other things were being said at that time, if they had just basically said it was a truthful encounter where an Indian Mujahideen terrorist main mastermind bomber had been killed, I don't think it could have been too far ahead or that 26/11 could have happened, but they chose to turn a blind eye to it.
Kindly change your thinking. In my view,
well, there is no denying that every time, I'll say this, my only closing remark is tonight that every time you dismiss terrorism as a non-issue, you have been shown the mirror. Learn from the way the people are questioning you on your hypocrisy of the Batla House encounter, and don't allow anyone to put a cover on terrorism. My message was to the bleeding hearts. I'll see you tomorrow at 9. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Good night and goodbye.